President Trump suggesting the door is not closed on dreamers. He says Congress should do this. But if they don't, he tweeted last night, Congress now has 6 months to legalize DACA, something the Obama administration was unable to do. True. If they can't, I will revisit the issue. How? He just had his attorney general say that DACA is unconstitutional. So what will Congress do? Congressman Jim Jordan, Republican, Ohio, Chairman Emeritus of the Freedom Caucus, joins us this morning. Congressman, always a pleasure.
Good to be with you, Chris.
A lot on the plate. Should be a very active fall. You have taxes, you have border security, you got health care that you could pick up again. But now the president has put something on your plate that does have the feel of urgency. Do you believe that left and right would come together and protect dreamers? Do you think something like that can get done?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have a 6-month debate. I think you got to step back and remember what got us here. President Obama knew that his executive order was unconstitutional. He said it was unconstitutional several times prior to enacting it, but he enacted it back in the spring and summer of 2012, and he did it for political reasons, I think, in the context of his reelection campaign. All President Trump has said is, let's take 6 months and do it right. Let's figure this out. Let's have the national debate. And most importantly, what I hope is this can be a catalyst to do what the American people are demanding we do. Both Republicans, Democrats, Independents, everyone is demanding that we actually secure the southern border, build the border security wall like he said in his campaign, like we campaigned on. So I'm hoping this is the catalyst for doing that, which is the most important thing that Americans want us to do on immigration.
Well, I don't see any data that suggests the wall is where the American people are in terms of how you protect their country.
77% of Americans want to secure the border. Gallup poll, 77%.
Right, but securing the border,
parties.
Look, we both know the realities here. We know the difference between propaganda and what the practicalities are. 80% of the people who come into this country illegally don't sneak across the border, that some wall would stop them.
And
they overstay
visas. Visa overstay is an important issue. And we're going to have a 6-month debate.
That's fine, but I'm just saying.
What I do know is,
go ahead.
Did President Trump campaign on a border security wall? I think he did. And last time I checked, he won the election. Did many Republicans campaign on that issue? Yes, they did, and they won the election. We control Congress. So this hopefully is the catalyst to get done what the American people are demanding we do.
And that's why they say you campaign in poetry and you govern in prose, because getting it done isn't so easy. You got to go back one more step, Congressman. The reason Obama didn't create dreamers. He didn't even create the law. You guys, and not you per se, but Congress had been fighting over this since before 9/11. You couldn't get it done. You wouldn't get it done. And in fact, you got worse at it over time. That's how we got here. Now it seems like we're going to revisit the whole process.
That doesn't justify President Obama doing something he said he couldn't do, doing something that is unconstitutional. And second, you're right, Congress didn't get any action done on this issue. So you know what President Trump has done? He said, okay, look, I'm going to give you a 6-month time to have the debate and get it done. So I think that's a smart move. I think it's the right move.
Well, the 6-month time isn't as
so we got a 6-month runway to actually focus on this.
It's going to expire. It's not that he set 6 months. It's going to expire. And then these people will, I guess, be open to deportation.
No one's talking about deportation. In fact, the DHS's policy right now is the only folks that are subject to deportation are those who are engaged in criminal activity, which I think the American people support. Let's have the debate. Let's focus on incentivizing the right behavior. Right now, what President Obama did is he incentivized people to come here illegally. That's what has to change. Let's figure this out in the right way so we don't have what we had 3 summers ago, all those unaccompanied minors on the border coming here because they had seen what President Obama had done. They thought if they just get here, they're going to get to stay in the greatest country ever. That's the incentive we got to get rid of. That's what President Trump's policy does. It's going to force us to debate, hopefully be the catalyst we need to actually secure the border. I think, again, that's consistent with what the American people are demanding and what the election last fall was all about.
So wait, hold on a second. You said a lot of different things. This is the last point just for today, because this is a piecemeal conversation. You're totally right about that, Congressman. All right, so you want to protect these people. You're saying nobody's talking about deportation. Okay.
Of course.
Then what happens when DACA expires? What happens to those people? Where do they go? Right now, they're in legal limbo. They're not really citizens. They don't get a lot of the services, but they're
Chris, you know how life works, and frankly, Congress as well. Deadlines influence behavior. We have a March 5th deadline, a 6-month time frame. So that deadline is going to influence behavior. There will be a big debate in Congress how we're going to deal with the immigration issue, how we're going to deal with visa overstays, how we're going to deal with the border security wall. That will be that's how it's supposed to work. Now what President Trump has said is, look, a federal judge is going to rule this unconstitutional. I didn't want that hard deadline to happen on September 5th. I didn't want it to happen yesterday. So we've done a 6-month time frame here. Now it's out to March. We have time to have this debate and figure it out. That's what we're supposed to do. What I hope the end result is something that's consistent with what we told the American people we were going to do when they elected us, and that is secure the border with a border security wall and deal with the visa overstays and all these issues that are so important.
Well, he campaigned on ending DACA. The question is what will happen next. I appreciate you come on. Let's see which direction you go. You're always welcome back to talk about the debate on this, taxes, and the other issues that matter to the American people. Congressman Jim Jordan, thank you.